Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Very excited to bring you this review on something totally different for me, but something that I do have experience with from my younger years in the arcade machines. This is the Street Fighter V Champion Edition Ryu 1/6 scale figure, brought to you by Iconiq Studios with TB League supplying the body. Packaging looks incredible. Just take a good look here at the artwork on the front. Looks incredibly high quality. It's all the official stampage all over the box. I'll just take a look at the sides now. And you've got the character selection screen motif going on the side. There's player 2. Should have started on the other side really for player 1, but and player 1. And on the back we have quite a fair bit to read here. Here comes a new challenger. I'll let you read that. You can pause it and have a look. More stuff to read here. Some warnings for ages 15 and up. Some scannable, oh, that's your contact for Facebook, Instagram and the website. And yep, Iconiq Studios logo, TB League with Capcom, so totally official. Now this is truly impressive. The whole casing of the box here opens up and folds out into a huge wide diorama that you're going to be able to use with Ryu here and possibly someone else in the future that he can fight. I love that. That is absolutely awesome. It's really high quality and it's like a magnet, so it stays exactly back where it was. But that is a stroke of genius right there. Alright, once you unfold the amazing, that is so big. You know, one thing that always bugs me about when they give you a backdrop in a box for 1/6 scale figures, they're usually never wide enough for photography, unless you're doing like a portrait mode, but this is going to be just ideal. Beautiful, look at this. So got special moves with the Hadouken, the Shoryuken, all that good stuff. That's lovely little touch there. And you got the credits for everyone involved. Check out the names, folks. There's Andrew. I'm proud of him, man. He went from, well, he did it. You know, a few people actually have the drive to follow through with something like this. And this is a hell of a. I think this is the first 1/6 scale figure they've done. I've seen the Muhammad Ali bust. They're coming out with the whole 1/6 scale figure of Muhammad Ali soon. But yeah, man, respect to Andrew. I've known him a while. He has put a lot into this, and all these other artists as well. Seeing the name Leon a lot. TB League 11, Hugo, and packaging design. Everyone responsible for that. Well done. Pat yourselves on the back. Beautiful presentation. Beautiful presentation. Absolutely stunning. Alright, and then the next thing you see once you remove the card there is some instructions and just some, you know, stuff that you should probably look at before you start handling the figure, because this is kind of a first one for me. I'm familiar with TB League and the Fireson bodies and all that, but ooh, this level of henchness to a body I've never really experienced before. Apparently the figure weighs a lot, and they give you white gloves. That's never happened in my experience. I've been collecting this stuff since, you know, 1/6 scale figures for 16 years almost, I think, and I've never had a figure come with white gloves. That is just a stroke of genius, touch of class. I love it, appreciate that. That is brilliant. And here is Ryu in 1/6 scale, and look at the chunky hands and how many of them there are. Wow. Now, I haven't really watched any other videos. I know there was another video out there. I kind of skimmed through it because I kind of like to keep it as a surprise for myself. But the pictures I saw, not blogger pictures, well maybe they're blogger pictures, but some really nice photography, some great poses I saw when this first started showing itself to the world. And I have a feeling, I'm just going to say before I even get it in hand, before I remove the plastic and see it for myself for the first time, I have a feeling that this could be a contender for Figure of the Year 2022. So we'll see if I have to take that back at the end. But that's just my gut instinct from the little I've seen so far. I think we could be looking at a serious contender. Alright, so I've removed that first layer, which is very heavy. I'm assuming that's because of the big chunky TB leak body. Very hefty, that first layer there. And then here we have other stuff. We got his, now is that like his kind of traveling sack that he has over his shoulder? When I first saw pictures of this, I thought it was a punching bag that he just takes with him to train. I guess it could be both. I could be wrong about that. I've played Street Fighter 2 a lot when I was teenage years and late teens, early 20s a little bit. I was never that good at it. I could do the dragon punches and the fireballs and the spinning kick. I always used Ken just like everyone else. Sometimes I used Guile, Blanca, Dalsim. And yeah, I was just never very good at it, especially when I played other people. They just kill me, but yeah, it's good memories though, and I'm sure so many people out there, especially if they do Ken, and I think they hinted at Ken in the promotional images for this guy. Ken would be amazing. I hope they do him in his red outfit. I know he's worn purple and maybe black in the past, but I'm really hoping if they do him that it's going to be that classic red outfit Ken. Is there another layer underneath this? No, that's it, but you get a lot of stuff here. So I'm going to get everything out and show you everything he comes with. And obviously I'm going to utilize this incredibly long, beautiful backdrop. So this should look incredible. So let me get to setting this up. Or actually first, let's get Ryu in hand for the first time. Alright. Oh my god, he's heavy. He's heavy. That's the heaviest. Maybe the heaviest 1/6 scale. Jesus. The Hot Toys War Machine Punisher is at the moment the heaviest 1/6 scale figure I have. But this guy is very, very close. Look at that. Yep. This is incredible. Look at the muscles. God, he feels. Oh, it's a weird feeling. It's like a little real Ryu in my hand because of the realistic feeling of the arms and stuff. Quality. Absolute quality. This is their first figure, I think. Like I said, I've seen the Muhammad Ali bust, but I think this is their first official release as far as a 1/6 scale figure goes for Iconiq Studios. And then we got Patrick Bateman coming, and the full Muhammad Ali figure, Elvis Presley, and I'd have to double check, I forget now, but there's a fair bit on the horizon. But this is a good sign. So much stuff. I'm such an idiot. I thought to myself, oh, that's nice, they gave you a really long clear stand to display the spare head. It's for the fireball, you idiot, Dean. That's what that's for. It goes on the clear rod stand, which is a really cool idea. I discovered that because I turned over the instructions. I'm just going to scan over this so you can pause it and look at everything you want to look at. Let me sort out that brightness a bit. Get that focus happening for you. Okay, you should be able to pause that and have a look. See everything you need to see. What's that up there? Okay, internal joints of articulation. That shows you where all the points of articulation are underneath the muscle body. Okay, I'm definitely going to have a look at this properly before I really start getting stuck into handling the figure. It's kind of new territory for me. But yeah, I saw that initially, now I turned it over and we've got some more to look at. So, instruction manual. Please be careful not to catch any sharp parts of the hair on the body when attaching or detaching the head sculpt. Yeah, so be careful, folks. His hair is quite sharp and spiky. And those hands, We'll get a better look in a minute, but this is just stroke of genius as well for the fireball. They're, you know, attached together. See, that will help keep the arms together for that pose as well. What else we got? Yep. There's your stand for the fireball. And then you can have a look at this, it's like caution. And then, yep, hopefully changing over the hands isn't too difficult, because there are a lot of different options for that. So I want to be changing over the hands a lot during the course of the review. Alright, that's the instructions. Alright folks, this is pretty overwhelming. There is just so much thought put into this. The backdrop is incredible. Can you imagine what this is going to look like with two characters about to square off, facing each other? The possibilities for photography and videos and stop motion and all that stuff. It's unbelievable. You get, I think, 12 hands in total, including the ones that are joined together for the fireball effect. The spare head looks super intense. I love the wire in the headband. The hair is so detailed. Absolutely blown away. This is right up there with the super high quality that I've seen from companies like Caustic Plastic. Right up there with them. For a first 1/6 scale figure, this is absolutely unbelievable. You get different feet with the kind of pivot forward, which will create a lot more realism with the attack poses, shooting the fireball. You can have one foot doing this and the other one flat. Just amazing detail on the hand sculpts. The fireball is going to look amazing when you shine a light behind it. It will look like it's completely lit up and illuminated. Absolutely incredible. And Ryu feels incredible in hand. It really feels like a shrunk down person because of how hefty he is. And the quality of the clothing too. Look at the stitching on the belt. Look at his muscles. I've still got to remove his plastic protection from the wrist there. Fresh out the box. Look at those guns. Look at the chest. Damn. It's a badass figure. I mean, I'm leaning back as much as I can right now, but I still can't fit it all in. There's just so much room for poses and possibilities here. I'm absolutely impressed. Don't forget to drop a like on this video, folks. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram. Follow Iconiq Studios on Instagram. Keep up to date with what they're doing. They've got Patrick Bateman coming out, Elvis Presley, Muhammad Ali. That's a big one. And more Street Fighter to come. I was keen to see what the other head sculpt looked like on the body. Changing over the heads is nice and easy as far as getting it off and then getting the other one on, but probably says in the instructions, be careful when you're pressing down because of how spiky his hair is. It's quite sharp, so just take it slow and be careful. It looks incredible, man. I'm really impressed with how they've managed to match the skin of the body exactly to the head sculpts. It matches up really, really well, and I love having the backdrop. It just brings it to life. You know, wherever I go, you're going to see the correct setting. I mean, just look at this thing. I haven't even got started yet. I'm going to be doing kicking poses, dragon punches, dashing out fireballs. And that moon behind him seems to glow. It's really high quality stuff. So I'm just slowly moving the arms around, getting used to things. It's very easy to work with though, a lot of fun to pose, very satisfying. Now like I said, getting the heads on and off was easy enough. Removing the hands from the arms takes a little bit more energy. I would probably heat up the hands a little bit with a hairdryer when I'm swapping them over, as far as when it's time to go back on the wrist, kind of the metal wrist peg. Or no, it's not a peg, but a metal wrist joint. I mean, I can show you that right now because I haven't actually clicked them into place. But that's what the wrist joint looks like. So it's metal. You know, it's like a Terminator. Underneath his skin and his muscles is a metal skeleton. So he's heavy, just as he should be. Alright, I figured I'd go for one of the most intimidating ones first, and it is tricky, but as you can see, it's doable. That's absolutely incredible, folks. I know I need to pose his feet better. Don't worry about that so much. So just concentrating on the arms and getting those hands on there. Got him pointing, letting you know that he's going to crush you, destroy you, take you apart, disassemble thee. He will. Look at that, man. You can almost hear the wind blowing. Round one, fight! I'd love to do the voice for games like that. Now, so far, I'm not able to get him to kick too high. I was kind of aiming for a really kind of just standing in the one spot, but kicking up quite high like Van Damme would do a lot in the 90s when he was just showing how high he could kick, standing in the one spot there. Now I'm pretty sure the body is more than capable of getting the leg way up there, but the gi, that's stopping me from getting the leg up as high as I want to. And because his thighs are so muscly, and because the outfit is so well fitted, as in it looks exactly how it should, it's not too baggy, it's not too tight, but I've tried kind of working the leg of the outfit up a little bit to give me more room for the high kick, but I couldn't quite manage it. Maybe someone else will. It's just a bloody thing to behold, man. I tell you, this is really a special 1/6 release. Come out the gate swinging hard. I got him on his knees now. It's a pretty badass look. I even got the belt blowing in the wind as well. Now there's a wire running all the way through the outfit, all around the neck section, all the way down, right to the end there, and the belt is wired too. Obviously you can have that looking like it's blowing in the wind. We know about the headband having a wire in there, but that is a really nice touch, having the wire run all the way around the neck. Very, very cool. It just allows for perfection when you're posing it. If you've got the time and the dedication and the passion for this, They've given you everything you need. Really, really well thought out. They really went the extra mile and then another mile after that. Okay, I've got him on the rotating base, so I'll just take a look at him nice and close up as he turns around. Start off with the feet. Really nice detailed sculpt on those. Not really like anything I've seen before because they're so big. I've never had an Incredible Hulk figure, so this is new to me. They're big, and their feet. You got bone action, vein action. You know, it is from a video game, so it's not going to have all the little speckles and crazy kind of details of skin that you'll get on characters from films or real life. But all the little ridges in the toes, everything looks good. And then come up here on the outfit, and you got your stand, the clamp to go around his waist. There's gloves. You get lots of gloves, lots of hands. They're sculpted pretty damn well. See all the creases from how tight he's got his fists clenched. And the muscles in the arms, where the shadows hit them. That's amazing. Look at those guns. Ridiculous. I love the belt. Stitching on there is awesome. All the frayed edges from where he's removed the sleeves, because he's a badass. I don't know the history. There's experts out there will know exactly why the sleeves aren't there, but I'm just assuming he wanted them gone. And then this head sculpt. I love the hair. As you can see though, like I said before, the skin tone of the head matches the body perfectly. Bandana sculpted on the actual head and then transitions into the material with the wire. Good strong wire too. Alright, so I've been trying to work on the Dragon Punch, and it took a while to get the foot off so I could get the one with the pivot, the front pivot on there. But I used a heat gun from quite a distance. Just use a hairdryer regularly, folks. But yeah, I had to heat up the feet to get them off and on again, but that's fine. They're obviously very thick and sturdy, so that is probably the reason for the necessity for a bit of heat. Now, the arm's staying up for me now. It took a little convincing because there's a lot of muscle there, but he's not looking too bad. He is a heavy figure, so the metal bendy rod that holds him up isn't really strong enough for the job. It's not going to support his total weight like if you had him in a flying kick or something. You always have to have maybe just one foot somewhere on the base, so that's fine. But he's just such a heavy figure. Oh, that's a good thing though. I love that about him. Really sturdy. So that's my attempt at the Dragon Punch. I'm sure folks out there are going to do it better. You're seeing pictures of that online. But it's not too bad. I literally just went on Google and reminded myself exactly where everything's supposed to be. And it was from the back view. And that's the one I copied. So it was right about there. And that's the one I copied. So hopefully it looks good from the sides and the front as well. As you can see, posability is fantastic. Major bend in the elbow. The addition of those extra feet is really awesome, and this arm's going all the way up. Now he's got a really good balance. Even without the stand, he's standing up just fine. Even with the more kind of pivoting forward foot on at the back. Really good weight distribution on him. He's just a really hefty, solid piece. I'm trying to get a nice powerful punch pose here. It's a very satisfying figure to pose and have fun taking pictures with. And I can imagine the stop motion videos for those who got the time to do it. They know what they're doing. This could be incredible. So there are some amazing figure stop motion guys on YouTube. So I'd love to see something done here with Ryu. One of those talented folks out there, if you know one, let them know this figure exists. I mean, it'll be better once Ken comes out. It is a ridiculously fun figure to pose, folks, and take pictures of. I've just been taking some snaps of this one here from different angles. It's so much fun. So satisfying. And just looks so good. Nice little block pose. Tried to copy it as best I could. Incoming fireball. And block it up real nice. So a few height comparisons for you. Here is Ryu next to a Predator. It's a Hot Toys Predator, but it's mashed up at different parts, but you get the idea. It's a pretty good scale for those two. If you want to have them facing off in here, that would be interesting. I'm going to give it to Preddy, but I'm sure, well, Ryu's got the fireballs to match the plasma caster. He's got the blades, see? He got no blades, Ryu. Ooh, but he's got that face. It's way more intimidating. But yes, there you go. There's Ryu next to a Predator. Let's try Ryu next to a Batman. Okay, and here is Ryu next to the Dark Knight. That's a fight I'd like to see. And here he is next to a Hot Toys classic suit Spider-Man figure. I feel like I'm missing out on a trick here with having all these different characters that I could easily just turn to the side and have their fists up and start posing them like they're about to fight. I thought of that when I had the Christian Bale Batman there. I thought it's just a matter of going in your drawer, finding the angry mouth plate with the teeth showing like Ryu here, and sorting it out. But I'll be here all night. Maybe that's a video for the future, and I can't wait to see other people do stuff like that too. I'll bring you, I've got everything I need. You know, they've given you everything. You got the background, that's the most important thing. You know, you don't have to mess around with Photoshop. You can just, you got plenty of room for plenty of action. So in the future, folks, not too distant future, it's Christmas Eve tomorrow, so it's almost midnight. But yeah, that is how they look together. Scale wise, height wise, seems pretty good to me. And here he is next to Hot Toys Mandalorian. Again, another fight I wouldn't mind seeing. Alright folks, so it's time to give you my score out of 10 and some final thoughts. Score out of 10 would be a 10 out of 10 for this piece. Absolutely, it's phenomenal, it's amazing. I would also say that this is my figure of the year for 2022. Out of everything I've seen anyway, and I haven't seen everything, I haven't even scratched the surface, but for me, this is figure of the year. It's absolutely incredible. You should definitely check it out. You will have so much fun. You get so much stuff. I didn't actually pose him with the bag, I'm going to call it, knowing damn well that's not what it's called. It's a bag, it's a sack, you know, for carrying around his stuff. But yeah, I didn't pose him with that. There's been a really cool one where he's kind of walking away. He's got it over his shoulder. I saw one of the other dudes do that. But just a massive well done to everyone at Iconiq Studios, to Andrew, who had a vision and clearly is one of those people that will actually follow through and do it. It's very impressive, sir, and just amazing. Figure of the year for me. Absolutely recommend it. It is insanely good. I've had so much fun with it, and I'm sure I will again soon. But just all the thought put into the packaging that turns into the background, the fireball, the two hands that are molded together for shooting out the fireball, the amazing muscle body from TB League, the skin tone match being really on point. That was, you know, be make or break it, but they did it. The amazing tailoring, the great idea of having the wire running through the outfit so that you can have everything moving in motion and blowing in the wind to match the bandana tails at the back. Just so much fun, so satisfying to look at. My friend came in here today. We were doing the gift exchanges, getting ready for Christmas. I said, come in the room, I want to show you a figure. Because he's my age and he knows about Street Fighter 2. Didn't play it much, but he's well aware of it. And I brought him around the desk here because he couldn't see it because of the background until he actually got around the front here. And he was like, oh, you know, he was blown away. And he literally said, without any coaxing, this is like the next level, because he's been in here before, he's seen some of the figures that are in here, but this, he held it in his hands, he couldn't believe what it felt like, the weight of it, just the heft and it's so good, he couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. It's an amazing piece, so well done to everyone involved. Should be very proud. I cannot wait to see Ken, man, that is going to be insane, and having them together, forget about it, man. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram at dknight333. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you going to get it? You damn well should. I'm telling you, man, this is amazing. Just amazing. Alright, I reluctantly stopped filming now because I could just film it all day. It's absolutely incredible. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed it and have a great Christmas. By the time this uploads, it will be Christmas Eve, so I hope you have a great one. And I'll see you in the new year. Take it easy. Bye bye.